And it's Deanwood, Tom McKenzie, Deanwood in the green, Tom McKenzie in the black with the white lid. Then we've got Darren Martin and Oliver Rowlands on the next row. 70 is Daryl Snelling, Keith Segal. And bringing round the tail is Kingsley Cummings and Pez Taraj into turn 1. 2 to qualify, remember. And Roberts has got the lead. Rowlands has come through rapidly from, I think, the second or third row. But out front, it's kart 44. It's Andrew Marshall leading. Roberts in second. Oliver Rowlands in third. Tom McKenzie trying to find a way by, can't get it done. Deanwood on his bumper in the green and yellow. Onto the back straight, and the 2 at the front have already got away. And if they've got any sense, they'll just work together and decide who's quick where, and whoever's quickest, let them go and just get on his bumper in the slipstream. End of lap 1 of this 12-minute final, which might end up feeling quite long, as B finals tend to do. McKenzie down the inside of Rowlands. Well, you're third, but you've lost ground in making that pass. And he's defensive into Winkerman's. Rowlands back onto his bumper. And Roberts now hard up under the bumper of Andrew Marshall. And if I was him, I'd just sit there pushing him along. Not into the braking areas or in the corners, but if he's quicker down the straight, just give him a love tap and push him on. The lead there, 0.2 of a second. 1.5 seconds was the gap behind Mark Roberts to Tom McKenzie at the line on that lap. Let's keep an eye on that gap because it's going to be important. Rowlands in 4th. 5th, Darren Martin, who should really be in the air, I think. I do recall a spin at the most inopportune time. John Falls in kart 40, 37, Keith Segal now ahead of Deanwood. 70, Daryl Snelling, Pez Taraj. In 53, Kingsley Cummings in kart 76. The gap on that last lap between Roberts and McKenzie was not what it was. It's gone down. And McKenzie's had a good run on that last lap, setting a 44.1, half a second quicker than Roberts and 0.7 of a second quicker than the race leader. So it's Perm 3 from 2. We might have a race on after all. And McKenzie's looking for a way by. He needs a good run out of turn 1. It's not going to be at Christmas as Roberts goes narrow. Look for an assault into Winkerman's. Gets his nose in wide. Roberts hangs on. And Rowlands is coming across as well. And this is perfect for Andrew Marshall. Roberts now working as a blocker. Once again, Roberts on the defensive up to Christmas corner. It's the prime overtaking spot at Whilton Mill, no matter what the layout. He's very narrow into Winkerman's. Rowlands is closing in. McKenzie's got an overlap, but it's just too narrow in there. He has to break off and settle in behind. It's Christmas or Winkerman's, I fear, for Tom McKenzie. And the gap to the leader. The gap to the leader is 0.13 of a second. 0.13? 1.3 of a second. And Roberts is doing his best, but I fear it's just a matter of time before Tom McKenzie, or even Oliver Rowlands now, finds a way by on the back straight. He was a bit crossed up coming off, and McKenzie is going through this time. So McKenzie's in the top 2 on qualification. Rowlands has got an overlap as well. He's inside and through. And I think Roberts' chance has gone. The gap at the end of that lap was 2.1 seconds, the gap to the race leader. There's a fight to be had for second place, maybe, as Martin goes through on Rowlands. And now Mark Roberts finds himself down in 5th. And I fear that could be all she wrote, unless Darren Martin can take some time out of Tom McKenzie. Roberts coming back at Rowlands. So Mark Roberts hasn't given up. Look further back, John Falls, Dean Wood, Keith Segal, Darrell Snelling. 53 is Pez Taraj, and Kingsley Cummins brings round the tail of the field in 11th. Let's see what's happening up front. The race leader, Andrew Marshall at Inkermans, McKenzie, Darren Martin, Mark Roberts. And now the race is beginning to settle, and we're through half distance, but only just. The gap on the last lap. Tom McKenzie to Darren Martin was 1.5 seconds. Well, let's keep that in mind. I don't think Darren has got the pace to run him down. Although it is a warm day now, so physically, Tom McKenzie might wilt. But I don't think Darren's got this outright pace to catch him. 1.573 on the last lap, the gap. What's it this time? 1.59. So 200ths of a second slower. That's not going to be good enough. And we might find that towards the end of this race, Mark Roberts might come back to Darren. Because if memory serves me right, I think Mark's a triathlete. So presumably is pretty fit. Battle for 6th place. John Falls, Dean Wood. Wood goes for it, into the toe of the boot. Falls opens the steering and has more momentum, so keeps his spot. No harm, no foul. Rowlands inside of Roberts. Clean and fair. Oh, I thought I saw a move there. Keith Segal. Darrell Snelling. Always somebody to race here. Oh, even at the back of the field. Pez Taraj and Kingsley Cummins. Oh, he goes for it. And for some reason, Pez Taraj has been directed from the field. Not sure what that's about. He's equally perplexed. So it's still your race leader, Andrew Marshall, clear of Tom McKenzie, looking comfortable, and those are your qualifiers. We have a race, even if it's not for positions on the grid in the main A final. We do have a race here on for third place. Darren Martin, Oliver Rowlands, Mark Roberts. And we have 2 minutes left. Well, Pez Taraj has gone back out. That's peculiar. Did he even stop? Now trying to put a lap, or trying not to get in the way of Mark Roberts, and he clearly has. So we just have a two-way dice now for third place. Possibly a spot in the year final if something really strange was to happen amongst the two leaders. Hit a cone, fall off, have a mechanical, I guess. So Rowlands trying to run down and repass, I think it would be, Darren Martin. Oh, I love a bit of feedback, me. Not that kind. And Snelling, I think, must have been off as well because he's just been lapped. So, are we anywhere near the final lap yet? No, I think we've got 2 more laps to do. And it looks as though this is the only battle in town. Over third place, Darren Martin and Oliver Rowlands. Is it me, or have all my camera feeds frozen? Oh, that's disappointing. You know when you're having one of those days. Testing, testing. There's just me now. Oh, I better concentrate on what I'm doing. The final lap board is out then. Andrew Marshall has a 2.4 second lead over Tom Mackenzie. We're looking at the battle for third place, just out of qualification, as it's only the top 2 that advance. I don't think there's any penalties further forward, so this is just for pride. And Mark Roberts is not far off as well in 5th place. Last corner then for Andrew Marshall. He's in, he's going to qualify. Andrew Marshall coming through, wins the B final, moves forward to the back of the main 8. Going with him, I suspect, will be Tom Mackenzie finishing second. Darren Martin just holds off Oliver Rowlands. Mark Roberts